Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this presentation of the NBA 2K20 Simulation Showcase here on the Crucial Baskets Network. I'm Raymond Sims, coming to you from Spectrum Center in Uptown Charlotte, North Carolina. And the tip is won by the homestanding Hornets, and just like that, we are underway. I'm glad that you could join us. The Hornets, 23-49 on the season at the time of the NBA suspension. Finishing 10th in the East, one spot short of the 9 teams allowed to return for the NBA comeback that begins at the end of this month. Got to be rough for a team that was just a game behind the Wizards and that really exceeded expectations, even though they're still a lottery team. A turnover and a missed shot to get things going for the Hornets, while Hayward can't get the three to fall either for the Celtics. Rozier bringing it up the floor. Former Celtic came over, got a big contract looking to replace his matchup tonight, Kemba Walker, who was Mr. Hornet up through the summer. Devontae Graham can't find the rim either, but here's Hayward coming in for the layup despite some contact. And Gordon Hayward finally gets us on the board. 2-0 for the first minute of play here in Charlotte. Graham trying to attack against Tatum. Too big for him. He has to give it up. Backcourt mate Rozier. He's going to go for it. He knows how to get past some of his former teammates, but he can't convert. Here's Hayward with the rebound. Ball in the corner. Walker going to let it fly. Rims out into the hands of Miles Bridges. Ball to Graham. Hornets trying to figure out the offense here, but they have 7 on the clock. Graham for 3. And it's a green release three-pointer for Devontae Graham to get things going for Charlotte, and the home team is in the lead. Now Walker going to try to respond in kind, and he does. Devontae Graham out of Kansas, really a strong most improved player of the year candidate, and he shows why with another long-range shot, but his foot was on the line for 2. 5 all here from Charlotte. And Tatum finding his way into the paint to score his first bucket of the game. Wouldn't be surprised if there are plenty more where that comes from. Graham, too much footwork along the timeline, and good defense by Walker, and that'll force that backcourt violation. Just as simple as Walker choosing to play him up at the half-court line instead of waiting for him to set things up at the point, and the Celtics force a turnover, and specifically Kemba. Kemba thinks about it, lets it fly, and knocks down another 3. That's 6 right off the bat for Kemba Walker, 6 of Boston's 10. 3 minutes in, Terry Rozier works it over to Graham, right wing, trying to dive inside. Underneath to the rookie P.J. Washington, but he can't score. Rebound by Tatum. Trying to go coast to coast, and he's able to convert. 12-5 off of a 10-2 Boston run. Hornets going to try to figure something out, though. Going to be tough sledding here. The Celtics, such a competitive team, but that doesn't scare Devontae Graham as he's able to get the points. And he'll go to the line for one more. He has 7.
Going to the line.
7 points for Charlotte, 7 points for Devontae Graham. Devontae Graham out of Kansas. Second round pick, but there was plenty of potential for him to work with. It's just a matter of if he'd get in the right system to develop. And it seems that he has, despite missing the free throw. 12-7, and Tatum can't extend the lead with the pull-up 3. Rozier pushes it ahead to Bridges. Bridges looking to drive against Tatum. He'll get his own rebound and reset. Rozier open off the screen and knocks down the tray. The first points from someone other than Devontae Graham for Charlotte. Loose ball held on to by Walker. Good screen from Tice. Hand delivers it to Tatum. Enough space to let it fly. And can't unleash the three. Chance to tie or take the lead. And Bridges can't get the shot to fall. 7:43. Celtics in transition. Hayward's open, and that's usually a bad thing for the opponent. 6 for Walker, 5 for Hayward, 4 for Tatum. And that equals 15. Graham with the ball. More scoring from Graham? No. Rolls out the rim. Rebound by Tatum. Loose ball stolen by Miles Bridges. Ahead to Graham. He'll let it fly again. Off the back of the rim. Bridges gets it back, and he'll get 2 points on the play. His first points of the game. 15-2 at the 7-minute mark here. Another nice screen from Tice. Enough space for Tatum to get to the rack, but he can't score. So getting to the rim has not been a problem for Tatum, but he really has struggled converting those baskets. He's going to have to get better at that if he wants the Celtics to have a bigger lead than they do right now. Rozier had the ball, and they reverse it to Bridges. Was thinking post entry for Washington. Plans change, and eventually it ends with a layup from Miles Bridges. 15-14. Celtics went on a sizable run, and it seemed like the Celtics wanted to run away with this early, but the Hornets, as we have seen this season, are a very competitive team. 1-point game with 6:25 left in the first. We'll be back with more here on the Crucial Baskets Network. 15-14 game coming to you from Uptown Charlotte. Marcus Smart entering the game. Nifty pass to Tatum to reset up top. Tice with the ball, looking for an open man, finds Hayward. Hayward facing up. 6 on the shot clock. Walker inside, kicks it out one more time. Hayward's gonna have to go for it, and he got it. Second three-pointer of the game for Gordon Hayward. 18-14 score. Solid offense so far for Charlotte. Now it's in the hands of Cody Zeller. He's going to try to take it to the rack himself and can't finish against the center from Germany. Smart in the corner. Hayward was open in the opposite corner himself, but instead Walker will take the three, and it'll roll out of the rim. Decent looks on both sides, just a matter of conversions. Bridges had an open chance, pulls up in the paint and scores. Devontae Graham started things off, holding serve, scoring the first 7 points for Charlotte, and now it's Miles Bridges' turn to get things going. And the Hornets still in this game, but the foul there on P.J. Washington definitely not going to help matters. Jason Tatum out of Duke, quickly becoming a star on the rise. Very exciting to watch for Boston. Definitely a cornerstone player, leading the team in scoring this year. 23.6 points per game, 7.1 rebounds, 2.9 assists, and 1.4 steals on a by-game basis. Shot goes in, and in comes Bismack Biyombo in for Zeller. Zeller's scoreless so far, and Biyombo normally not looked at for his points either, but we'll see how the substitution switches things up. And second shot doesn't go. So here's Graham in the corner. Malik Monk also in the game for Charlotte. Facing up here against Tice. Graham, last man with the ball, not a problem. 19 all, just under 5 minutes left here in the opening frame. It's been pretty back and forth. Slower tempo outing, but both teams getting some good looks, moving the ball around. You gotta love it if you're a fundamentalist. Tatum missing off the heel of the rim, rebound by Washington. Graham. Oh, behind the back pass to Biyombo, and he can't finish. That was a SportsCenter top 10 nominee. And then Charlotte really pays for it on the other end as Marcus Smart gets his first 2 points of the game to make it 21-19. Bridges finds an open Washington underneath. Washington's been all over the court today, but finally gets some points for it. Deflection ends up in the hands of Tatum, going to the rack, in the paint, and again missing the shot. Doesn't have a problem getting there, has some nifty moves when he's up in the air, but the shots just aren't falling for Tatum. Graham unleashing another three, and Charlotte takes the lead. 13 points here in the opening frame for the Hornets, and that forces Brad Stevens to call another timeout. The Hornets not going down without a fight here on their home court. We'll be back with more after this on the Crucial Baskets Network. More substitutions for Boston. We'll see if that can give them a nice change of pace. Cantor going to inbound to Jaylen Brown. Tatum still in. And the steal again by the Charlotte. And we'll see if they can score. If they do, that means the timeout didn't do anything for the Charlotte's momentum. Bridges underneath the basket, didn't score, almost lost it. You can't just hang on to that under the rim. You got to go up for it. Rozier understands that, and he's able to score and extend the lead to 5. Under 3 minutes here. Tatum fighting through, and another miss at the rim for Jason Tatum. 5 points to his name. Very ugly shooting split so far, but the game is young. We'll see if Tatum can turn it around, but it's been rough to start things off. Here's Cody Martin in the game. Out of Nevada, long two. Can't get that to fall. Tatum with the rebound, ahead to Smart, transition three. Heel of the rim, but Cantor, strong offensive rebounder, able to score over Rozier. Clock still running here as Biyombo inbounds. Nice screen, but Wanamaker catches up with Rozier. Rozier to the rack, scores. Under 2 minutes remaining here in the first, and the homestanding Hornets under James Borrego off of the Greg Popovich coaching tree. They're not going down without a fight. Even if there's a big talent gap on paper, there's a reason they play the games. Tatum again, and this time he's blocked. At least he has an excuse this time, I suppose, but he's at a 2 for 9 start with only 5 points to his name. Rozier, enough space, splash. Double digits for Terry Rozier, 10 to his name against his former team. Brown, he'll respond with a three. Celtics aren't down and out yet. First points of the game for Jaylen Brown. Malik Monk bringing it up the floor. In the corner, Rozier. Trying to create some space against Wanamaker. And he does. Fooled him with the screen, but can't get it to go. Shot almost deflects into the basket, but Boston comes up with it. Long pass ahead. Wanamaker can't get the long two to go. 30 seconds left here in the first quarter. And Bridges laying it in. 8 for Miles Bridges. Big quarter here for the Hornets. 33 points here in the opening frame against one of the best defenses in the league. Tatum having a brutal first quarter. He'll be the last one with the ball, it looks like. And at least he'll end the quarter on a high note, knocking down the three to make it a 4-point game. Oh, Rozier got one more in his pocket, but it misses off the back of the rim, and that'll do it for the first quarter. The Hornets showing their might against the third-place Celtics. They have nothing to lose. They're not going to play in the NBA restart, so they're ahead by 4 after 1. You're watching the NBA 2K20 Simulation Showcase here on the Crucial Baskets Network. Hello and welcome back to Charlotte. The home team ahead 33-29. Off of a big quarter from Terry Rozier and Devontae Graham. Miles Bridges also chipping in pretty well. And a brutal quarter from Jason Tatum, who didn't have any problem getting to the rack, but just couldn't score once he got there. Very uncharacteristic of the lanky forward out of Duke. Terry Rozier hands this off to Miles Bridges. He'll put it up under the basket, and he can't score. Grant Williams starting things off, though, for Boston. We'll see if that's a sign of things to come. Wanamaker works it back up top to Brown, reverses to Ojale. Shemi Ojale from the state of Kansas, played collegiately at SMU. Here's Grant Williams. Works it to Smart. Hop step inside, and can't convert against Dwayne Bacon. Bacon ahead to Rozier in the corner. Splits defenders, but has to retreat back out to the perimeter. Charlotte looking to maintain their lead. They had a great first quarter, but this team is 10th in the Eastern Conference for a reason. They got to hang on to this lead. See if they can maintain momentum. Rozier having no problem answering the call. 10-point first quarter for Terry Rozier, picking up where he left off. He has 12. Brown working inside against Cody Martin, can't score. And here's Martin with the rebound, his twin on the bench. Not in the rotation, but we'll see if he'll show up tonight anyway. Rozier with the miss, rebound. Ojale, not the cleanest pass, but he finally gets it to Brown. Celtics are no longer in transition. They'll slow things down as we are 2 minutes into the second quarter. Brown inside, pass Bacon, pulls up, rolls out, rebound by Jalen McDaniels. Martin inside. Essentially double teamed. Hornets looking a mess here on offense. Kicks it back out to McDaniels, playing the stretch 5. Bacon gonna let it fly. Had a strong showing last year from beyond the arc, but he's had an injury depleted season. Ball underneath to Brown, and he missed the bunny. What was that? It's one thing for Tatum to go into traffic and miss some reverse double clutch layups, but Jaylen Brown was right there at the rim and just couldn't score. Out pops Rozier. Tried to lose Wanamaker off the ball and couldn't, so Rozier gonna have to force up the shot and it won't fall. Pass ahead. Brown inside, and there we go. And that shot was actually a little more difficult than the one he missed, but still able to convert. The Atlanta native, a few hours away from home, able to finally score here in the quarter. He is just 5 as the Hornets finally call a timeout. Still up 2, but trying to hang on to that lead. We'll be back with more after this here on the Crucial Baskets Network. 8:48 remaining here in the second quarter. If you're enjoying this game, be sure to give this video a like, and also be sure to subscribe to the channel, as we'll have more from the NBA 2K20 Simulation Showcase. This is game 2 of 15. Our next one is tomorrow to kick off your 4th of July. Be a very patriotic outing between the Washington Wizards and the Philadelphia 76ers from the Wells Fargo Center in South Philly. That'll be tomorrow here on the Crucial Baskets Network, so be sure to subscribe to know when that video drops. Turnover by Charlotte. Still trying to hang on to this 2-point lead. They were able to convert a turnover on the possession before this last one. Smart underneath. That's a tie game for Boston. Hard to hold them off for too long. We'll see if the Hornets can get the lead back. Here's Graham. Pulls up. Can't get it to go. Wanamaker with the board. Ball worked over to Smart. Open for just a little too long. Back-to-back scores for Marcus Smart. 7.5 remaining in the second. Bridges turns around, and he's fouled by Grant Williams, so he'll go to the line. Miles Bridges at the line out of Michigan State. Second year man. The starting small forward. At the beginning of last year, they were really trying to get him into that stretch 4 position to be the starting power forward, but only worked so well. Seems like as athletic as he is, he's more suited for the 3. However, he does still play the stretch 4 position from time to time just to switch things up. You don't want to be stagnant on offense. So we'll probably see him playing the 4 at different points during this game. But for now, he's at the 3, and he's knocking down both free throws for Charlotte, trying to keep him in this game and maybe even get this lead back. 38-37, Celtics in control. 7:15 left in the half. Fun game so far. I hope you've enjoyed it as well. Smart taking it to the rack and gets his own rebound. Will he go back up with it? No. Celtics going to reset. Ball worked over. Kemba back in the game. Double teamed off the screen. It's a switch. Good defense by Bacon, preventing the drive and preventing the basket. Rebound by Zeller. Bridges in the corner. Double teamed in the corner. Will he get out of it? No. We're going to have ourselves a jump ball. Bridges against Ojale, going for the jump. And into the hands of the Hornets. Bounce pass underneath. Turnaround floater doesn't go for Bridges. Boston pushing tempo. Smart. Path to the rim. No! His runner blocked by Zeller. Graham ahead. Bridges in the corner. That's a 2 if it's good, and it's not. Walker with the rebound. Now he was double teamed for a minute. Taking on the center. Shoots over the wall and can't get it to go. Good contest there by Cody Zeller. Washington, he'll turn around and the scoop shot goes. Halfway mark here in the second. Walker finding Ojale underneath, in and out. Graham underneath. Washington again. Washington back-to-back scores. Hard to stop underneath. Now Hayward. Oh, I thought he was thinking drive. Instead, perimeter shot. Ojale doesn't have much lift off his jump shot, but Bacon gets the shot under the basket, able to score. First points of the game for Dwayne Bacon out of Florida State. Here's Kemba around the Hayward screen, facing Bridges, kicks it out. Hayward outside, underneath to Grant Williams, and he'll score. Williams, hearing from him again after he was the first to score here in this quarter. 4 to his name. Graham inside, spin move, loses it. Collected by Smart. Step back along the perimeter. Walker in the corner for 3. Rebound Zeller. We've seen the struggles from Jason Tatum in this game. Kemba Walker hasn't been a pretty night for him either, and Graham, not his first quarter self. Nice pass to Hayward and able to convert. Graham bringing it up the floor, has yet to score here in this quarter with 4:13 to go. Borrego's going to call a timeout for Charlotte. We'll see if he'll rectify that issue, but the Hornets are back ahead 43-42 with 4:13 left in the second. We'll be back with more here on the Crucial Baskets Network. Hope you're having a good Friday here. The Hornets fans are, at least so far. As Rozier can't get the shot to convert. Celtics trying to get the lead back. As Tatum revitalized, he's able to score at the basket, and that's definitely a new wrinkle from what was going on in the first quarter. Tatum with 8 in the first. Finally scores here in the second. Boston back ahead only by 1. Graham underneath, and Washington able to score underneath again. A rim-rolling machine is the rookie out of Kentucky. 3.5 left in the second. Ball reverses around. Now pops Kemba, just enough space to let it fly. And off the heel of the rim, rebound by McDaniels. Graham, pull up on him. Rims out into the hands of Hayward. Hayward finds Tatum, found Walker, but Graham with the steal. Bacon facing up, trying to drive, a little congested there, but he finds some breathing room and able to score. Hornets back ahead by 3. Walker pulls up, that's a long 2. Walker's first points of the quarter, he has 8. First 2-pointer of the game. Graham scoring underneath on Walker. And those are Graham's first 2 points of the quarter. Tatum with the ball, getting inside against McDaniels, and it would have been a tall order to shoot over him, so luckily able to score, or able to draw the foul. Tatum back at the line. He'll definitely be the man looked at to help the Celtics get out of the East. Celtics definitely one of the top contenders behind Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Bucks and the Toronto Raptors with Pascal Siakam and Kyle Lowry. Just how well coached they are. So it's not going to be a cakewalk to get out of the East, but if you look at the roster, definitely some players, or plenty of players that can make a difference and help this team make a championship run. Rozier double teamed. Washington, he can shoot the 3 as well, and he almost showed that. Bridges with the offensive board and the score. Washington has been a menace running to the rim and finding himself under the basket for the backdoor score, but he's not afraid to shoot from outside either. Jaylen Brown not afraid to shoot inside. You see how close this game has been. Hornets have led by as many as 8, but the Celtics have been right there because, well, they're the Celtics. Here's Graham, pulls up for 3, and that'll roll home. 5 points now for Devontae and a 5-point lead for Charlotte. Minute and a half left in the half. Tatum pulls up, can't hit the 2 from the free throw line. Ball reversed, here's Zeller. Finds Graham open underneath. A lot of contact, and Walker able to utilize the strong defense. Tatum ahead in transition. That won't go either. Under a minute left here in the second, and the Hornets back ahead. Rough night so far from Jason Tatum and Kemba Walker, and those are the two guys that Boston needs to come through if they want to win this game, and if you want to extrapolate it out to the bigger picture to make it out of the East in the NBA playoffs. Tice underneath, able to score. First 2 points of the game for Daniel Tice. He's been setting good screens. He's been doing a lot of stuff that doesn't show up on the box score, but Daniel Tice finally getting his due in the scoring column. Hayward a little too handsy, called for his first foul of the game. Been a pretty clean game both ways so far. Ball inbounded to Zeller. Worked out to Graham. Washington screen. Nice hard hedge there from Tatum. And now Hornets are scrambling, but Zeller able to convert in the end. Final seconds. Boston going to try to get up something here. Tatum rolls in. Able to get the long two. And much like the end of that first quarter, at least able to end it on a bright note. So Tatum with 13, but it's been a rough night. And it shows as his team is down by 3 to the homestanding Charlotte Hornets. Welcome back to Charlotte at the Spectrum Center, Game 2 of the NBA 2K20 Simulation Showcase. I'm Raymond Sims. Hope you enjoyed that first quarter. It was a good one, and the home team staying ahead. Not if Jaylen Brown has anything to say about it, as we're already underway 15 seconds in. Devontae Graham leading all scorers with 18. He hands it off to Zeller, and he'll score, and that's number 2 on Daniel Tice. Devontae Graham, just such a nifty pass, a very good playmaker. It's really been a treat watching both Rozier and Graham work so well together in the backcourt. It seems like every time coaches in the NBA try to have 2 point guards in the backcourt, that usually spells trouble, because it's like if you have 2 point guards on the floor at once, you have none. But that's been really one of the main engines that has helped keep the Hornets so relatively competitive. I was alluding to the fact earlier that the Hornets really had low expectations this year. Many, including myself, even expected them to finish last in the league, period, because of how huge of a loss Kemba Walker seemed to be. This was a team with Kemba that had just missed out on the playoffs last year, and now you're going to let Kemba walk in free agency. We're going to let Kemba walk in free agency and replace him with the backup point guard in Boston. What does that really mean for this team? But this team has really been competitive, and they find themselves just a spot short of being considered for the NBA bubble in Orlando to formally close out the 2019-20 season. Tatum called for his first foul of the game, reaching in against his former teammate. Side out for Charlotte, inbounded to Graham. Graham gets past Walker, unleashes the shot. Offensive board by Miles Bridges, and Washington able to score again. Not surprising for Miles Bridges to get that board. He finished with 12 points and 10 rebounds in the first half. Wide open three for Tatum. And heaven knows he really needed to get a shot like that down. He really struggled, though those struggles were mostly inside the arc. But he really struggled offensively, even though he came out with 13 in the first half. P.J. Washington, he hasn't struggled. 78% from the field, 14 points. He just makes sure he's in the right spot at the right time. And what more could you ask for out of a rookie? You gotta love it. Brown trying to post up here against Rozier, and the refs, they aren't taking the bait on that charge attempt. Boston, though, still down 4. Triple team of Rozier, but that leaves Graham open. Graham waited long enough for Jaylen Brown to close out. But he is going to go to the line for the foul. You'd wish Graham was a little quicker, especially for a shot so wide open. And my goodness, I did not expect Terry Rozier to get triple teamed like that. That was phenomenal. Devontae Graham at the line, trying to help his team maintain the lead. He is the team's leading scorer at 18.2 points per game, but just edging out Terry Rozier by 0.2 points per game as he makes the first free throw. Also, I run that number down, and here's some food for thought. He averages 18.2 points per game. He scored 18 in the first half. So really a great outing for the man out of Kansas. Second free throw falls. Devontae Graham with 20. Tatum with the ball. Pulls up again. Got it. 6 already for Jason Tatum. He started off the game struggling inside the paint. Apparently him and Brad Stevens and the assistant coaches, they talked it over, and he decided he'll take his game outside instead. Three-pointer in kind by Charlotte. And then Jaylen Brown responding with a layup under the basket. So we got a scoring frenzy here, back and forth between these two teams on opposite ends of the standings in the Eastern Conference, but the same amount of competitive energy. Washington scoring again. 8 points already, and we aren't even 4 minutes into this quarter for P.J. Washington. They got to work something out. Tatum does as he heads to the basket and slams it in. So he has 8 this quarter himself. Rozier another 3, and that'll rattle out. Almost. Pushing tempo, and Tatum with 10 points in the third. Jason Tatum is awakened here at Spectrum Center. Graham up top. Trying to keep his team ahead, and look at that finger roll. First field goal of the quarter for Devontae Graham. 5 of 9 from beyond the arc, but he can score inside too with some nifty moves. 73-69, 7:42 remaining in the third. We'll have more after this here on the Crucial Baskets Network. Back in Charlotte, Celtics called timeout. They've been so close. Down 4. They've been knocking at the door, but the Hornets have answered the call pretty much every time. Walker finally on the board. If Walker and Tatum get it going on offense here in the third quarter, the Hornets might be in trouble, and there might not be enough elbow grease to hold them off. Graham still able to score. He has 9 in the quarter. Tatum on the wing. He's hit a Couple of trays, and now he'll take it inside, but still struggling inside the arc, it seems. Cody Martin in the game. Oh, look at that little move, but he can't convert. And the second chance bucket doesn't go. Walker ahead, underneath, stolen by Cody Martin. So the nice move inside on offense, and then the steal on defense, and Graham able to score off the assist for Martin. Here's Tatum. He'll hand it off last minute. He could have scored that just fine. And I'm sure that Brad Stevens would have been more than happy for him to score. And instead, the Celtics turn it over, and they're down 6. The Hornets have a chance to extend this lead. And they do. Off the layup in traffic by Devontae Graham. He has 31 on the night. Here's Tatum. He won't pass this one up, but he'll miss. The Hornets can have their largest lead of the game here. They've tied that mark now, as they've led by as many as 8. Ball underneath. It's usually been a good omen for Washington, but Boston is on to him as Tatum's there for the contest and the rebound. Tatum inside, works it out to Walker. He knows this court well. Spent all of his career up until this season on this court. Mr. Bobcat, Mr. Hornet, but it's Tatum scoring the bucket. And Tatum, he's pretty familiar with this court outside of playing the Hornets. Of course, he played at Duke, and in his one season in Durham, the ACC tournament was held here in Charlotte, and he showed out. Smart call for the foul. And now that I think about it, as I relayed that story to you, that tournament might have been in Brooklyn. Devontae Graham at the line. He played in the Big 12. First free throw good for Graham. And the big night continues for Devontae with 5:06 remaining in the third. I was saying if Walker and Tatum can get it going, that might spell trouble for the Hornets, but that's incumbent on rather not. Graham slows down, and he hasn't. 31 minutes into this game, 32 points. And now 33 points. Canner up top, entering the game. A good change of pace here. A taller, larger center. Shot inside, rebound by Biyombo. Ball worked around. Graham inside. Will his night continue? Forces the shot. Can't get it to go. A rebound by Hayward. Walker to Tatum underneath, and Biyombo fouls him. .420 remaining in the third quarter. Celtics trying to claw their way back. Devontae Graham has been too much to handle for the Celtics in this game, and Jason Tatum, who's had a pretty good third quarter, especially relative to how his other quarters have been. They need more out of him. And I'm grateful he's at the line so I can clear this up. First he'll take the shot. Gets it to go. So the one ACC tournament that he did play in with Duke was in fact in Brooklyn. So just want to clear that up for anybody who was not aware. And clear that up to let people know that I'm aware of my error if you did know. And that this story would have fit if the Celtics were playing the Nets, as the Nets played in the Sim Showcase to kick things off a couple days ago. All the same, Tatum scoring. And the long two good for Devontae Graham. Huge third quarter for him. Walker being chased on the double team. Canner in the corner, but he can't shoot from beyond the arc. Walker going to let it go with 5 on the shot clock and the iron unkind. Pass ahead, Devontae Graham. He's gotten along with the rims just fine, just didn't fall on that instance. Here's Tatum in traffic, working inside, loses it, stolen by McDaniels. Here's Monk ahead, passes it over. Graham's going to try it again, take 2. And it is a 2-pointer, 10-point game here for Graham and the Hornets. Walker underneath Canner, and he'll lay it up and in. Talking and raving about Devontae Graham and all his scoring. Enes Kanter, just 4 points. Opposite sides of the scoring spectrum. Graham inside, forces it up, and that might end up being a block by Kanter. We'll find out later. Hayward pulls up in transition and scores. (85-79). Graham with the ball. Escorting Walker down into the paint, but Walker able to get the last laugh. Pass ahead. Hayward again. Another splash. Back-to-back buckets for Gordon Hayward, and they're coming at a very opportune time. Looked like the game was getting away there from Boston. Graham can't get that shot to fall. Hayward ahead to Walker, another pull-up 2. Side rim collected by Martin. Ball up top, Graham. Nice screen from Biyombo. Graham can't turn the corner, forces it up, rebound Kanter. Pushed ahead to Smart. Tatum inside, lays it up, can't get it over Martin, rebound Biyombo. Minute and a half left in the third. Celtics trying to close the gap, but the Hornets trying to keep them at bay. They've led by as many as 10. Biyombo showing, but they'll get it to Monk instead. Straightaway 3. Won't go. Rebound Walker. A chance to close the gap again. Ahead to Tatum, and he'll finish with the easy layup. Timeout Hornets off of an 8-0 Celtics run with 1:08 remaining in the third. Celtics down, but not out here on the Crucial Baskets Network. We're back in Charlotte, and what a quarter it's been. The Celtics streaking on an 8-0 run. They were down by 10, and they thought that was no good. They had to do something about it. Now the Hornets trying to see if they can maintain their lead. They've been threatened on multiple occasions with losing this lead, but they've been able to prevail most of the way. Can they hang on again? Brown up top, working inside. In the lane, can he score? He will, and we got ourselves a tie game. That's 8 for Jaylen Brown in the quarter. Monk inside, and he is able to score, and the Hornets get the lead back. First 2 points for Malik Monk, and Dwayne Bacon called for his first foul. Ball inbounded, shot clock off, but Brown, he's going to score right away, and he picks up another foul. 2 in the span of 2.5 seconds. This one called on Rozier.
Take a break. 2 shots.
First shot goes for Jalen. He was the one to tie this game at 85, and now he's trying to tie it at 87. Gets it to go. Tie game at 87. 10 points for Jaylen Brown here in the third quarter. Here's Rozier. Going to close things out. He'll probably end with the ball. Pulls up. And rims out. Mosley with the rebound, and that'll do it for the third quarter. Big quarters out of Devontae Graham with 19 and Jason Tatum with 16. And what does that spell? A tie game headed into the final frame. Don't go anywhere. We got more action for you here on the Crucial Baskets Network. Welcome back to Charlotte. Should be a fun final quarter here in Game 2 of the NBA 2K20 Sim Showcase. Big performances out of Devontae Graham with 37, Jason Tatum with 29, and we got a few guys on double-double watch. Miles Bridges already has his, but we're also keeping an eye out for Gordon Hayward and Jason Tatum, who are both 2 rebounds away from a double-double, and Kemba Walker, who's an assist away from a double-double and 4 rebounds away from a triple-double. Smart missing the bunny inside. Bacon, hand off Monk. Ball to Rozier. Floater inside, rolls out, rebound Hayward. And the 3 falls. And Rozier's 3 off the back rim. Wanamaker up top, out pops Hayward. Another 3, and that'll roll out as Williams is called for the illegal screen. Rozier up top, on the wing, rather. Monk's the one up top. Ball reversed to Miles Bridges. Stolen by Marcus Smart, the longest tenured active Celtic. Ball inside to Hayward, and the lead extends to 5. And as you saw there on the overlay, Gordon Hayward, 16 points, 10 rebounds. He's got his double-double. We'll see how much more production he has in store, but he's helped his team get ahead. Can they stay ahead? 10:02 remaining in the fourth here on the Crucial Baskets Network. 10:02 remaining here in the fourth from Charlotte. 92-87. As the Celtics have finally gained control of this crazy thing. Though the Hornets are not far behind. It's really been a great competitive game on both sides. Rozier double team, kicks it out to Bacon. He'll put up the 3, and that'll swish. First points of the half for Dwayne Bacon. He has 7. Double teaming Hayward. Oh, but he has the open lane to the basket. Couldn't pick him up off of that screen. 4 for Hayward, 18 points, 10 rebounds for Gordon. Here's Rozier on the wing, screen from Bridges. They were hunting him out there for a minute, and the ball will be handed off to Bridges. Rough spacing here. Hornets will have to reset, but they don't have a lot of time. Bacon working inside. He'll pull up from the line, and that'll rattle home. Bacon sneakily trying to work his way into double digits, as Brad Stevens will call timeout. His team is still ahead by 2, and he wants to keep it that way. 8:53 remaining in the fourth. This is the NBA 2K20 Simulation Showcase on the Crucial Baskets Network. Ball underneath to Tatum, and he'll score. He hasn't had a problem scoring, especially not in the second half. First points of the quarter as he finally comes in. But we'll see if he'll get those 2 more rebounds for that double-double. Bridges trying to back him down. 0 on 0. And 0 wins. Miles Bridges is able to score. First points of the half for him. Tatum pulls up, trying to strike back. Doesn't get it to go. Hornets have a chance to tie or take the lead. Bridges inside. Nice pass to Devontae Graham, and he's back at it again, has 39. Under 8 minutes left here in the fourth. Ball underneath, intercepted by Zeller. Here come the Hornets. Can they take the lead? It's Monk handing it off. Zeller, the floater, and he scores. And the Hornets take the lead right back. 2-point game. Smart running point. They like to have him as the third point sometimes to change things up. Tatum, open pastures to the bucket. Hornets rolling out the purple carpet for him. Nice screen from Zeller, but can't get the screen assist. 7 minutes left here in the fourth. Tatum, he'll let the long 2 go, but it'll rattle out. 7 minutes remaining. Graham, oh, that was intended for Zeller on the block, but it sails over him, and honestly, that's kind of hard to do. Zeller standing 7 feet, the Indiana native. Usually an easier target to enter the pass to, but that one sails out of bounds. 98 all, 6:53 remaining. A couple more substitutions here. Kemba's back in the game. Smart back at the 2. Tatum's in. We'll see if they can get something going here. Walker inside, kicks it out. Smart for 3. And rattles out. Walker can't get his 10th assist on that play. But more importantly, the Celtics can't get the lead. Instead, Graham will put up the 3, but he can't punish them either. Here's Smart, figuring out what to do on the elbow. Walker almost loses the ball, hangs on to it. Here's Tatum now. Guarded heavily by Rozier, and Rozier doing a little too much. As Rozier's second, Canner will inbound the ball side out. Inbounded to Brown. Celtics looking to get that lead back, and they'll have to get it at the line. Foul on Zeller.
Take a break. 2 shots.
Jaylen Brown at the line, worked his way to 10 points in the third quarter for a total of 17. Here's number 18. And the second one falls as well. 2 points for Brown here in the quarter, 19 total. And the Celtics reach 100 first. We'll see if this game obeys Lawler's law. First to 100 always wins. As he said, it's the law. But the game tied. Washington scoring underneath. Deadlocked at the century mark. Walker pulls up long 2, rattles out, rebound Zeller. Graham pulls up. Oh, that one in and out as well. Who's going to break? Tatum coast to coast. 35 and 9 boards for Jason Tatum. He had trouble scoring inside in the first quarter, but he has recovered. But now it's a matter of if the rest of the team will pick up the slack along with him. Rozier, the 3 in the corner. Now here's Tatum. I was thinking he was going to try to respond with a 3 of his own. Instead, he's going to take it inside. No foul, and he misses. Rebound Washington. Hornets looking to extend the lead again. Washington, long shot. Misses off the back of the rim, probably a 3, but it doesn't fall. So the point is moot. 4.5 to go here in the final frame. Cantor looking on the post. He got the mismatch. Post spin off him, off the backboard and in. Of course, Cantor not always going to get the ball, but he had his number called there, and he delivered on the mismatch. Euro step layup won't fall for Graham. He's cold now. He's idling at 39 points. Underneath, Walker can't get the layup to fall. Here come the Hornets. They want that lead back. Any score will do. Graham double teamed, unsurprisingly. Zeller underneath practically waited for Cantor to match up with him, but still able to score all the same. 4 for Zeller here in the quarter, and that's the second highest scoring Hornet here in the fourth. Walker pulls up for 3. Got it. Three here in the quarter for Kemba, 5.5. Loose ball, and it will remain with Charlotte with 3:19 left in the fourth. And Smart, as I said before, longest tenured active Celtic, drafted in 2014, hasn't left the team since. He's played well enough. He's going to take a seat. And the starting lineup will try to handle things the rest of the way. They force the loose ball again, and the Charlotte hangs on to it again. Ball underneath. Washington blocked by Tatum. Ahead to Brown. Lays it in and doesn't go. Zeller there to contest. 3 minutes left. Neither team breaking away. Zeller with contact, doesn't care. And now he does lead his team in scoring in this quarter with 6. 107 all. Ball to Hayward. Tice, he's going to go for the 3 over Zeller's hand. And that will give the Celtics a 110-107 lead. You always need big shots from your role players in the clutch, but you don't expect a contested 3 from your center. Rozier, he'll kick it out to Bridges, and he's not afraid to let it fly either. And the game tied right back at 110. Oh man, what a frenzy this has been. The Celtics third in the East. The deflection, the steal. Ahead to Rozier, and he draws the foul, and he'll have to go to the line for 2. Hayward second with 1:50 left in the fourth. $15 points for Rozier. The Hornets 10th in the East. They're done for the year unless they get that bubble in Chicago, that second bubble in Chicago going. And the Celtics set to return to basketball at the end of this month, 3rd in the East. You wouldn't be able to tell as the first free throw goes. Hornets truly playing like they have nothing to lose on their home court. And the second free throw falls as well. 5 in the quarter for Rozier, as well as the half. Tatum trying to operate on his own. Works it to Brown in the corner. Brown was thinking drive. He'll get it back out to Tatum. 7 on the shot clock. Has to pick up his dribble. Tice inside, forces the action. Miss. Rebound by Washington. Ahead to Graham. Minute and a half. The Hornets can kick the can down the road with this lead. Up top, Washington for 3. Got it! $13 in the half for P.J. Washington. Floater layup good for Tatum. Charlotte not completely out the woods yet. Tatum with 37. Graham. The roll to Washington. Bridges can't control the ball, but he eventually gets it back. Pull up 3 for Graham. Rebound by Hayward. And the Celtics are down 3 with under 45 seconds left. Ahead to Brown. Reverse layup. That won't go. Rebound Rozier. Ahead to Zeller. And the reverse layup for him. Able to convert. Timeout Boston. .9 seconds left in regulation. The Celtics down 5, and Tice almost had the errant pass. The Celtics able to keep it, and Hayward can't convert the bucket. And Tice forced to foul. And the Hornets in the bonus just like that. Big night for Devontae Graham. And these free throws, if he can make at least one of them, will almost certainly cement this as a win for the Charlotte Hornets. First shot goes. Can't get the second one to fall, but that's 40 points for Devontae Graham. Huge night for him and a big reason why the Hornets, if they prevail, were able to do so. Tatum missing the 3, and another intentional foul, this time by Kemba Walker.
Going to the line, Terry Rozier, shooting 2.
First shot goes for Rozier, and that'll just about do it. And timeout Celtics, but that'll probably be just to run out the end of the bench here, as it looks like the Hornets have cemented this game. Quite the effort out of the Hornets, and they are ahead by 8 with the shot clock off. We'll be back after a quick break. 14 seconds here. The starter's still in for the Celtics, so trying to figure something out. They got to go here. Tatum forces the shot, stripped, and that'll do it. The Hornets putting the icing on the cake, and who better to have the ball last than Devontae Graham. His 40 points, huge in this victory as the Hornets are able to not only defeat but completely outpace the Celtics and get the 120-112 victory. Man, what a game this was. I really enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel so that you keep up with the NBA 2K20 Sims Showcase as we continue through the month of July. Our next game tomorrow as the Wizards are in Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. But until then, I'm Raymond Sims. Please be safe out there. Have a good one.